Everybody, it's Michaela, and I'm back again to talk about some supplements. I've had some questions in the last 24 hours since I did the drink video, and I just like to point out that I have my drink, that I drink it all the time. If you're interested in a cup, let me know. So anyway, I just wanted to get back on here and talk about some different supplements. I also wanted to remind you, if you haven't joined the Facebook group, to go do that. It's Lactation Station 2020. I had a brain fart on Facebook. It's super easy to find. And I'm working on an inducing coaching package that I'm putting together that will be available at the end of the week on my website. And what I'd like to do is offer anybody that's inducing the opportunity to work with me one-on-one on a weekly basis to, for accountability, to set up pumping logs, to, make sure that you're doing the, what's working for you or what's not working for you, and just kind of have a partner, working through this as you induce. So that package will be available later on this week on the website, lactationstation2020.com. And the bakery, still working on the bakery, getting all my labels together, fine-tuning some of my products, that kind of stuff. But for now, what I want to talk about is different supplements, different things you can eat, different things you can take, and, what's going to work and what's not. So first, let me say that most professionals will tell you that supplements don't work because there's no evidence that says that they do, other than anecdotal. So I have a different theory. I think, and I've talked about this before in my podcast, that they do work when you find what works for you. Everybody's different. Everybody works differently. And, with fenugreek as an example, it works for some people and it inhibits for others. So I really think the key to using supplements is finding what works for you. And sometimes that may mean cycling through different things. I use fenugreek because it works for me. And Carol, I know she said it upsets her stomach, so she doesn't, she only takes it once in a while. I've also talked to other people that say that it doesn't work at all, that it inhibited their ability to induce. So, it's just a matter of finding what works for you.
Hi ladies, so I'm here at my local Target and I'm going to show you some of the things that they have on their shelves. We're going to take some of them home and we're going to talk about them. So let's see what they got. So they have a lot of different stuff here, and some of it is good and some of it isn't, but we're going to talk about it a little later. So we're going to take the Pump Princess. Oh, it looks like they're out of the liquid gold.
Hi.
So we'll take the Pump Princess. We'll take some cookies. And what else? Well, let's try the blueberry muffin booby bars. All right. So that's it from Target, and we will talk about this when I get home.
But first I want to talk about a few things that I know are big sellers with people. And I'll start with these cookies. Now, I really like these cookies, and there used to be a time when I would eat these all the time. But they're high in sugar, and they're high in calories. And this little package cost me $2.50. So, I'm not saying that you shouldn't take it. I'm saying that if you do like these, try to limit how many you eat because they're really high in sugar. And the calorie content's pretty high. Not to mention, there's just stuff in here that you really don't need. There's stuff in here that's really good, and, the very first ingredient is rolled oats. That's pretty good considering that it's oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. So it does have benefits. Just be careful how many you eat because you sit and you eat a bag or two while you're pumping, and before you know it, you put on 5 pounds. So just be aware of that. And then the other big deal that I know a lot of people like are these. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a big fan of Shark Tank. And I remember when this IBCLC was on there pitching these, which I thought at the time, that it was a really great idea. It's still a really great idea. The problem is, again, the sugar content is so high. And it just concerns me that, people are eating these and they're not getting the benefits of the supplements because they're putting on so much weight from the sugar and the calories that are in them. Now, these happen to have, again, the first ingredient is whole grain oats, which is really good, but, and it has moringa and shatavari and coconut. So that's about it that's in here that I can see. Well, and the oats. That's going to do you any good. Way down at the bottom, and I don't know if you know this, but ingredients are listed in a descending order. So whatever's at the top is what it has the most of. And way down at the bottom, it does have flaxseed oil or flaxseed meal, but it's also got vegetable glycerin. It's got, xanthan gum. It's got a lot of things in here that you just don't need. So try to find a more natural alternative to these if you can. One or two every once in a while is not a big deal, but each individual bar, let's see. Each individual bar has 210 calories. Oh, I got it upside down. 210 calories in just this one bar. So, just be wary of that because you want to watch your sugars. You don't want to put on, you're not a pregnant mom, so you're not trying to put on weight. So just be careful what you're eating. I did find when I was at Target, and I'll show you that a little later, Milk Flow has another product, which is a chocolate drink instead of the fruity drink, which is the one that I happen to like. So I picked this up to try it. I haven't tried it yet. You're supposed to mix it with milk. I think that's what it says. A 6-ounce, put in 1 packet of 6 ounces of hot or cold milk. So, the problem is this one has fenugreek too. This one has fenugreek and blessed thistle. It also has anise. That's about it. So, if you're fenugreek sensitive, then maybe this isn't the one for you. Like I said, before. And then there's, I bought this one off of Amazon, and I talked about this in my Facebook group. This stuff tasted awful. And it was brown, and it looks like dirt. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of this one. It's got really good reviews. It doesn't smell good either. But I didn't care for it. So, it's just one of those things that's kind of just sitting in my cupboard right now. But it may be something that works for you. All right, so as far as like regular supplements go, a lot of people ask me about the legendary products, which the legendary products are really, they're good products. I used to take them all the time. The problem is that they're expensive. This bottle, you get 60 capsules, and you're only supposed to take one a day. It says right on the front, a 60-day supply, and there's 60 capsules. So you're supposed to take one a day, and this cost me 20 bucks. So I take these 3 times a day, which means I'm going to go through these a lot faster than, just one a day. So 20 bucks, to me, I would rather buy something like this. This is what I generally take. And this is, just go through. The liquid gold has go through in it too. But I like this because that's all this is. It's just to go through. And it's 120 capsules, so it's going to last me a little longer than the Legendary. But the Legendary are good products. I'm not trying to say that they're not. I'm just saying that, they're a little expensive. So if you're on a budget, it just makes it harder to be able to acquire this. And there's other companies that make supplements. This one's by Oat Mama. And I had a friend a while ago recommend Oat Mama for me. But I didn't particularly care for it. And it's the same principle as the Legendary products. When you buy the products from a company, you're buying all the binders and fillers that they put in there as well. So that's something to think about. I personally prefer, like, this is the fenugreek that I take, and it's a high dosage. It's 610 milligrams per capsule. So I take one in the morning and one in the evening. And that's all it is. It's just the fenugreek in a vegetarian capsule. So, I personally prefer like this than like this. But, however you choose to take your supplements is what's going to be what works for you. I also have powdered goat's root that I use in my baking, and it makes it a lot easier. I can add that to, different products. And then this is one that is actually a liquid, and you just use the dropper, and you use one full dropper twice a day. So, if you have a hard time swallowing pills, then maybe you could look for a liquid, and that would make it a lot easier for you. This one has fenugreek, milk thistle, singing nettle, blessed thistle, red raspberry, horseradish, fennel, and lemon balm. So there's a lot of stuff in this one. And then because it's a tincture, it's got a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of alcohol in it. That's what they use as the vessel to carry the herbs. So, but if you do liquid, then you're not getting all the fillers like you do in the pills, in the capsules. And then there's everybody's favorite. And, if you have problems getting a hold of this, if you need some, email me and I'll see if I can help you find a connection to get some of that. Oh, one really important one I think is lecithin. If you're prone to clogged ducts or mastitis, lecithin is really helpful in thinning out the fatty part of your milk so that it doesn't cling to the interior of the ducts and moves more freely through the ducts, so that you have a less likelihood of getting a clogged duct or mastitis. And trust me, mastitis is no fun. I've had it twice. So you want to try and avoid that. And I'm not saying that any of these will work. I'm saying that you need to find what works for you. Because I believe for everybody, there is a combination that works for them. You just have to find what it is. Now, what if you don't want to buy all this stuff? Because, if you could see my counter right now, there's just bottles of stuff here that, people take, or people want to know about, or people are interested in. What if you don't want to do that? What if you want to do stuff that's more natural at home? And there are some really good options. And one of the first options is brewer's yeast. Not only does it help with lactation, but it's considered a superfood, and it's really good for you. It says right here that brewer's yeast has naturally occurring protein and several B vitamins. It's produced by the cultivation of some giant word that I can't say in the production of beer. After fermentation, the yeast is separated from the beer, rolled, dried, and debittered. So that's what this is, and you can add a tablespoon of this to a smoothie. You can sprinkle it on food. You can put it in stuff that you're baking. It is really versatile, and this is something that, really helps. And on that same note, if you like to drink beer, and I don't mean, you sit down and you throw back a case, but a beer or two in the evening will also help with lactation. Or in the morning, if you work graveyard, a beer in the morning, whenever you want to have a beer, that will definitely help. One of the other things is flaxseed. And again, you can use this for all kinds of stuff. And it says that flax seeds are the most concentrated source of beneficial lignans, a polyphenol that supports digestion, reproduction, prostate, breast, and heart health, and even promotes beautiful hair and skin. You can sprinkle this in a smoothie. You can sprinkle it on cereal. You can sprinkle it on yogurt. You can do just about anything with it. And this is a really good option. And I guarantee you that if you went into if you could sit down and just read all the bottles, 90% of them are going to have flaxseed. 90% of the different products are going to have flaxseed. So it's, definitely a good thing to add to whatever you have in your cupboard. One of the other products is fennel. And I just use this by the teaspoon. I grind it up in my Ninja and I add it to smoothies. I add it to, all kinds of stuff. And again, a lot of these products are going to have fennel in them. So if you have your own fennel, you're bypassing all the fillers and additives and all that stuff that's in the produced products, and you're just getting the fennel directly. You can also buy fresh fennel and make fennel tea, which is really good with a little bit of honey. Now, the big thing for me is oatmeal. I love oatmeal, and this is the kind of oatmeal I mean, not the little packets of oatmeal, the peach and the strawberry and the raspberry. Those are so overprocessed that they're really not going to do for you what you want it to do. What you want is the old-fashioned oats like this. Maybe not this brand, but you want old-fashioned oats. And I like oatmeal, so I eat a bowl of oatmeal every morning. But if you don't like oatmeal, you can put it in a smoothie. One of the things that I do is I put it in my Ninja and I grind it into a powder. Let me see if you can see that. And I make like an oat flour. And when I bake stuff, no matter what flour that I'm using, usually I use an almond flour or a gluten-free flour, but I'll substitute 1 cup of the ground oats for a cup of flour. And then that way I'm still getting my oats, and it's not, sometimes the whole oat pieces people don't like. And if you don't like oatmeal, if you do it like this, if you have a food processor or a Ninja, if you grind it up like that, you can just put it right in your smoothies, and you don't have pieces of oats in there or anything like that. So, that's another really good option. But you don't always have to go out and buy all of this stuff, because you can have this stuff at home, and it's far more cost effective. I mean, it really is. It's, all these products here, okay, that you have in your cupboard are going to last you way longer than this stuff. The only thing that that you wouldn't have is the goat's rue, but again, the answer to that is the powdered goat's rue, and you can just have it, with all your other stuff, and you're going to save yourself a lot of money and a lot of time, because you can just put, if you're making a smoothie, if this was my cup and I was making a smoothie, you just put a tablespoon of the brewer's yeast, 350 milligrams of the powdered goat's rue, and 2 tablespoons of the flaxseed in with your fruit and your yogurt, and you have a super supplement drink ready to go. So it just makes life a lot easier. And like I said, especially if you're on a budget and you can't afford, to go out and do this, then go out and do this, because the end result is going to be better for you. When you're buying stuff like this, what you're getting is what they think is going to work for you. You know, they put X amount in each capsule and that's all you get. But if you do it like this and this, you can figure out what works best for you. Maybe 2 tablespoons of brewer's yeast and 3 tablespoons of flaxseed. You know, it's all going to depend on what works for your body. So having the ingredients in your cupboard separate from this is a real good alternative to, you know, buying bottles of supplements. All right, so I don't know, maybe I cleared some stuff up for you, maybe I didn't, but anyway, I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to check out the website, lactationstation2020.com. Don't forget to check out the podcast, Lactation Station. It's available on all major platforms, including Audible, which we just got accepted to Audible just not too long ago, so that's really exciting. But you can find it on Audible, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, and just about anywhere else that, you know, does is a streaming platform. Join the Facebook group, Lactation Station 2020 on Facebook, and keep an eye on the bakery. We're going to be open soon. And if you want alternatives to this and this that aren't full of sugar, I am going to have them. So it was really great talking to you again this afternoon, and I hope you have a great day.